Hello YouTube friends, Lorien here. Welcome to your signed general reading for the month of July. As usual, it's going to be 4 cards across the top. One card represents one of the week approximately in energy, and I'm actually going to be using the Gilded Tarot deck again. I know it's a favourite of a lot of people's. I got a lot of feedback about that, so I'm going to be using them again. And also I'm going to try something different. The one card at the bottom is now going to be an oracle card, giving the general feeling of the month overall, and this is going to be the Earth Magic Oracle deck for you. This is basically an example, a generalized example of a personal reading with me. If you would like more personal, tailored advice or insight into your own problems, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm more than happy to discuss options for you and what kind of reading that you need. So check out the links below to see if you can get in contact with me and if we can arrange something for you. In the meantime, I do hope you enjoy your reading, and any comments, any stories that you have to share are always welcomed. Hello Taurus, thank you very much for tuning in for your July reading. Just drawn the cards now for you, as well as the oracle card, to give you a sense of what's actually coming up in the next few weeks for you. Now overall it may seem a little bit scary, or things may seem uncertain on them. You do have two of the most feared cards to come up, but I'm not actually saying that this is something that you need to worry about, and the reason is the oracle card at the bottom. So let's have a look and see what we can come up with for you and what messages they want to give. So in the first card, when the star appears, I think you are going to find yourself rather inspired, and I think that you may want to bring out that inner light just a little. This is a message for you to push the boundaries of your inner self and creativity if possible. This is a good omen. You are likely to be inclined, I would say, to think positively, and I also think that you should now be using this time to branch out and explore opportunities that are available to you. It's all about using your intuition, and being an earth sign, particularly one of the more stubborn ones, I would say, this is kind of the sense where, because your polar opposite is Scorpio, you're kind of a sister sign. You are the body, Scorpio is the soul, and you can meet in the middle with that essence. You still have the soul element in you, and the intuition and the taboo-ness of the occult and things like that. So I think in the first week you are going to want to maybe explore something like that. Maybe reach the highest portion of yourself as well, in order to see what's out there. And this is also supported by the second week card of the Queen of Cups. She is there to show you that you don't have to have control over your emotions all the time. You can explore, you can reach up for intuition as well. I don't think in this one she represents a physical person. I think this one is more a sense of owning your emotions and embracing them. You don't have to control them and put them in a box. Sometimes you do, and you can naturally let things flow. There may be a point in this second week that you do feel like you have to kind of rein yourself in a bit, but this queen here is telling you to do the opposite. Let it all out, let it kind of flow over, because if you don't, that's when we get the next two cards. So it's kind of like, this is what you need to do, otherwise you're going to be feeling like these two cards the last of the month. So this isn't really a prediction of sorts, it's just kind of a helpful hint really that they're bringing you here, because the Five of Pentacles in the third week, if you're not able to kind of accept that you feel a certain way, recognize that you feel a certain way, and then explore that and release it or embrace it and feel it, it can point in the third week to a time where you feel less than secure. And I think that you can either feel that there's a burden on you, it's a poor me, why me card, and I think in some respects you may feel like you've been left out in the cold or ostracised from the group or something like that because you've kind of shut down. I also think that you could shut down before you feel ostracised. So if you don't accept your emotions in the second week, and you go, no, I'm fine, and you detach yourself, this is why you suddenly feel like everyone's turned their backs on you. It's not, to be honest. Now, the Nine of Swords in the final week, this often comes up to me, and I don't see this as anxiety all the time, and certainly in the interpretation that I've got here for you, it seems to represent a need for self-confidence. Now, the little owl, I don't know whether you can see, on the outside of the window is kind of saying, put these barriers down. You have put these up yourself. You are not needing to keep yourself behind closed doors. And I do think that there is a fear here, and you need to look at closely what you are worried about. Don't blame people or situations for how you're feeling, and pay attention to what you think caused this. I think you need to guard against this anxiety. I think you do have your own power and control over it in many ways, the situation certainly, but similarly, the Queen of Cups is there to tell you, embrace it now, or you will have this 2 card spread here. This is what's going to happen. I think if you do take the Queen of Cups advice, and you do kind of embrace emotion and a feeling and reach out to somebody or assist somebody, you won't experience these 2 weeks. I think that this is kind of like a turning point. So you could come back in, say, at the end of July and say, actually, I didn't experience the last 2 weeks at all. That's amazing. That's really good, because the last 2 weeks is just an option. And it's an option depending on your actions in the second week. So if you reach the end of July and you're not feeling anything of being ostracised or angry with people, and you don't feel down or drained of energy, wonderful, well done you, because honestly, this is something that you can avoid. So really good for you if you manage to do that. Now, the iceberg is basically, I think the icebergs are kind of 90% submerged or something like that. Maybe not now. But this is just a sense that maybe you keep things too deep. You keep things under wraps too much. And this can lead to a sense of suffocation in many ways. You do like control, and you do like to have that sense of, I'm doing right. Taurus and Scorpio share many similar traits. Stubbornness is one of them, and also control over emotions is the next. And I think in many ways this is kind of a sense of, you need to kind of be the floating iceberg now. Even though you do want to keep your privacy and keep the emotions under wraps, I think there will be a time where you may want to kind of explore what it's like to release yourself from that. Maybe you want to take a chance on somebody and just kind of go, okay, I'm now going to move towards this person. It could be a fear of accepting somebody likes you or going into a relationship. It could also be fearing what leaving a relationship would do. Yeah, I think there's something here that seems to say that some of you may be wondering, I don't know whether to leave a relationship or get involved in one. This is a very romantic month. Several others, there's a romantic message that's come through. So for you as well, Taurus, I would say that you are going to have yourself challenged, but if you overcome the challenge, you're going to be absolutely fine. And it's going to take a different turn for you, one that I can't read, but one for the better, because the thing that needs to happen here is that the lesson is avoided. I think you do need to kind of step up to the plate and release your inner emotions. Just kind of be a floating, statuesque. You don't need to be an ice queen or an ice king. You don't have to be an iceberg, basically. You don't have to keep everything bottled up. but you can move with it and accept that it changes now and again. And I do think that you are going to reach a point by the end of the month that you can embrace and recognise changes within you. So it's very positive overall. And if you'd like me to look into anything that is concerning you personally, you can either go to Etsy and have a look at a package that you may be already interested in buying from me, or you can email me on the link below just to get in touch and see if I can do something custom made for you. But I am looking forward to reading for you in August. Well, I'll put it up at the beginning of July, but it will be for August. And I do wish you all the best of luck for July. Take care of yourself.